How you doing? Hey, I'm Greg here, and I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about marketing with you. Now, I've been in the business a number of years, and I am a marketing agent. I market the homes I list, and marketing is something I picked up over a long time. So when you see a lot of agents out there, not all of them have a lot of marketing skills. Many do, many don't. So you just have to be careful on that. So let's discuss that. First of all, how did I get this? Well, it was my choice when I first got in my early 20s, to do expired listings other agents could not sell. So I would go after and be in someone's house every few days who was an expired listing, off the market. They're usually a little bit down, disappointed, and a little negative. And what I would do is I would come in there with a fresh perspective, talk to them. I got a lot of those listings, and interestingly, I sold them. I sold a lot of them. Maybe not 100%, but I sold a big majority of them. And how did I do that? Well, necessity is the mother of invention, right? So if you are going to eat, if you're listing expired listings that are hard to sell or someone else couldn't sell them, you better work on yourself and work up your skills and study and find out what you need to do. So this is what I did. Well, I guess let's just give you a case study on one. Just a few years ago, I had one. It was in the mid 700s, 750 maybe, nice custom home. It was right adjacent to a very busy street with heavy traffic noise. And this previous agent had it 130 to 140 days, and they could do nothing with it. In fact, they had very few showings, and these people were very frustrated when I got there. And I talked to them, and I gave them my spiel and told them that I've worked on a lot of houses that other agents couldn't sell. And finally, they let me. So we'll give you a try. And I noticed that they had this. It was a newer home, maybe 8 or 9 years old, and it had a ADU. Now that's an accessory dwelling unit that is sitting out there on their property. They had a good sized property, and it was beautiful on the outside, but it was unfinished on the inside, just a concrete floor. Someone would have to go in and get a permit and totally build it out. And so I think that was a detraction because it wasn't ready to go for people that need ADUs. But then also I noticed that the agent had overlooked it and not made a big deal out of it for that property. And they really needed a compensator story told about that house that was riveting, that would overtake and cancel out that busy street right next door. So that's what I did. I went ahead and I got that ADU and I propped it up as a major part of the listing, and I hammered it, I put it in the market, I put it in the social networks, and I got them a lot of activity. Now, the other agent had it 130, 40 days, and just a few showings. And when I got it, I sold it in 40 days. Now, in those 40 days, it was shown by other brokers 24 times, and I showed it myself 3 times. So I showed it 3 times, and other brokers showed it 24 times in 40 days. So obviously I was working on it. Obviously, now if that wasn't my problem, if people got there and they couldn't overcome in their mind the busy street. But what I was doing was I had this huge traffic of ADU buyers, people that needed an in-law quarters, or they needed a studio to do their work, their painting, or their writing, or even a side business over there in that ADU. So I had this steady stream of ADU buyers because I made a story out of that ADU. And by doing that, they were sold and closed in 40 days. So, I've done hundreds like that, hundreds. So I definitely learned the craft of marketing houses. And so anyway, I wanted you to see when I come out and talk to you about your home, one thing I do is I get a list from you. When you first saw this house for the first time, what did you like about it? And they give me, and I'll make a list of 5 to 7 things. And then I say, now that you've lived here all these years, tell me what you liked about it. And so sometimes those lists would match each other. Sometimes the items would be totally different. I would come up with about 10 things. Then I would have the seller help me prioritize that list, which greatest to the least. So now I knew that I had the makings and the raw elements of a story about this home. So every home has a story. Every home has a personality, whether it's its neighborhood or whether it's the house itself or its special features or it's a unique kind of backyard and pool or whether it's an ADU or whether it is just anything can make up a story. So this is how a good marketing agent takes on a house, and he knows or she knows that there is a market out there for that house. And so that agent is going to go after that market of those people that will listen. Well, the story will catch their eye and it'll make them want to come and see it. And getting the showing is everything, because that familiarity while they're there can make them bite and get on the hook and be your buyer. So, even if you have a plain or simple house and you say, well, there's no story to me. No, there's always a story. And believe me, there's always a way to make that house kind of a funnel of the houses that you're competing with on the market. So now I hope that helps you, and I hope it helps you see what you can do when you list with my firm. And so give me a call if you want to discuss your house, and we'll go from there. And now, watch for more videos coming. Go hit subscribe if you're on YouTube. Like the video, hit the bell. If you are over on Facebook seeing this, then try to get back to my business page for MFN Realty and just like that page. And either way, however you would like to get them, you will be able to see new videos as they come out. So you have a wonderful day. God bless you. Thanks for listening.